Welcome back. Today we are doing a build video. This specifically is for my story, and then the nothing came. So I needed to basically build some sort of temple situation for a character called the Sable. The Sable is a goddess after a fashion, and she seems to have brought back another character, Briseis, from question mark. And everybody's very concerned about this for the most part. Even if they're not concerned about Briseis, they're concerned about how she made it back. Privately, they're wondering if that could happen again. But mostly the characters from the A Song of Ice and Fire world are concerned that she's a White Walker, and so we have a lot of tension, a lot of concern there, and meanwhile she's like, oh, we need to build a temple. Now her husband, Barad Tallheart, he's a wife guy. He was absolutely devastated when he thought that he'd lost her. So even if he doesn't trust the Sable pretty much at all, he's willing to do what Briseis tells him to in the name of the Sable, because at the end of the day, she fulfilled her bargain with him to bring back his wife. And so he's gonna do what he's gotta do. Now, obviously I don't want to spoil anything, but Briseis definitely seems to have an awareness of the Sable that no one else really has yet. And again, this is a new, fresh world where, they don't really know what the rules are. They don't really know pretty much anything, to be honest. Like, it almost feels like they've just been plunked down in a blank, empty Earth. Obviously not Earth, but insert world of origin. And they're just kind of trying to make it through. And I'm having a lot of fun with that. Like, I'm having fun with these characters and try to come at it from their perspective of, like, what would they think? How would they feel about it? Not just from the world that they come from, but who they are personally. And for this area in particular, I knew I couldn't make it super ornate, super grand, because I wanted it to look homemade. That's why I picked stones that look like they could have been cut and stacked by maybe someone who doesn't perfectly know how to do stonework, but, like, they're doing their best. The cage on the top is not something that they made, it's something that the Sable placed. And I have a lot of ideas for the Sable, but even I haven't figured out everything. I kind of figured out through writing. And other than her very set personality, like, her goals and agenda are still pretty vague and hand-wavy, because she's kind of figuring things out as they go along as well. I chose these stones because I like the bits of greenery on them, and I just thought that they were nice. I did not connect it up to the road because that wouldn't make sense for the way that they put it together. And yeah, I just put some kind of nicer tiles in there. A door. I knew I wanted some mirrors, because the Sable is very vain and very kind of self-indulgent. So, like, it made sense to me, and it would make sense that, like, she would kind of expect her followers to kind of not look within, but, like, there's definitely an attraction to mirrors, and I'm sure that as followers, they're also gonna put their own spin on it. Maybe not necessarily what her intention is, but that's what's so fun, is they don't always know, they're kind of guessing. And they also wouldn't have placed these. These would have been created by the Sable and placed. I've already posted the bit of the story, but yeah, it's furnished rather curiously, and I have these really cool kind of plinths from Parsimonious that you can actually, the Sims pray to them and they do stuff, which is fun. I knew I wanted some crystals. I'm leaning towards this, like, turquoisey color with the Sable. It just kind of spoke to me, and several posts ago, she was shown in an unknown location holding a stone like that. You'll also notice that I'm placing bats in the cage on top. I will not elaborate why, but I am. You can feel free to speculate. But yeah, Crystals felt very right. Because she's very kind of new agey, but she's smarmy at the same time. And, she, you know, I haven't really talked about it, but the gods are pretty shaped by the world that the characters who in turn created the gods come from. So in the story, there are gods that were based on the ideas of A Song of Ice and Fire, even if they don't quite know that. Same with Wheel of Time, same with the other different stories that I've mashed into this. I also haven't talked about it, but the thing that connects all of the worlds is dragons. That's my limitation for, like, because this is a fan-based story anyways, but dragons must exist in the original world for them to be in this one. I did put a poll, but nobody guessed, and that's, or not a poll, a question, but yeah, that's the thing that they share. So any world with dragons potentially could show up. You're just gonna have to wait and see. But yeah, there's bats in this giant cage. And again, not gonna tell you, but you are free to speculate. Please speculate. It delights me. And yeah, now I'm just gonna place crystals, and we're pretty much set. This is a community lot. It is owned by Briseis. We'll see if we see it in more detail in the future. I haven't currently done that, but that doesn't mean that I won't in the future. This is very much a work in progress neighborhood decided by The Sims, decided by the story. And obviously things happen in-game as well that drive the story, funny little things that I'm like, oh, it inspires me, and yeah, I'm just kind of going, it's vibes based. This is all vibes based. Oh yeah, I do have those little, I was gonna put like a drinking thing, but it didn't make sense, and then I put these two little light up things that are, again, kind of tealy. And then I wanted to put candles as well, just because, again, vibes. The vibes are immaculate. The Sable is one of my... I like all the gods, but I think she's my favorite just because she's so bratty. She is pulled heavily from Jennifer Check of Jennifer's Body, but that's a whole other thing. So yeah, this is it. So thank you so much for joining me. If you like this video, please give it a like. It really does help. Again, speculate in the comments down below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.